Hey now, it's Sharon, and I'm back to share another idea on reforming the police. If you're new to the channel, I'm a retired detective. I worked for 20 years for a southeastern city in the US, and I was also in the military. I'm sharing my experiences along with my perspective on how to reform the police. Mind you, I didn't say abolish, I said reform. I'm also writing a book. I mentioned this the last two videos that I'm writing a book on based on my experiences, especially while whistleblowing. I share my experiences. The two times that I did whistleblow, the second time was the most detrimental, if you will. And I'm writing a book about that experience because during my policing career, going through the ostracism and the retaliation, I discovered some things about myself. And so I wrote a book, and I tried to put a lot of it into the book. And one of the things that I put into the book, and by the way, I'm still waiting on the copyright. This is my first time publishing a content book. So there are some things that are different than self-publishing. And like I said, I'm waiting on the copyright to come through. And then I will publish it. But as I was saying, I put a lot of my experiences into that book just to give you my perspective, view it through my eyes and what I sensed and what I felt at the time and what I saw, of course. And so putting the book together, I put in there some landmarks, if you will, landmarks specific to me, things that when I look back, it stands out more as a landmark and where I was at the time, and then the information that I received at the time, and how I turned it into knowledge, and I made it work for my betterment, if you will. So when I look back, I have landmarks in the book, and I show them to you. I'm going to share one landmark with you. And like I said, when I look back, I'm like, this was a significant landmark. And then the information there turned into a pivotal point for me. Either I could have went left or right, as they say. But let me share one landmark with you. Here's the landmark. This one is called The Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk is one of my favorite Marvel characters. I remember watching the TV adaptation. Bill Bixby played Dr. Banner, the normal side, and Lou Ferrigno played the Hulk, the uncontrollable side. Remember that? I felt sorry for Dr. Banner because it seemed as if he was fighting a losing battle in his attempts to keep the Hulk's anger under control. That iconic soundbite from the TV commercials that promoted the Incredible Hulk, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Remember that, when Dr. Banner used to say that and then proceed to turn into the Hulk? Dr. Banner would state those words before he turned into the Incredible Hulk. I would watch the TV with amazement. As Dr. Banner transformed, it was like I was right there in the scene, watching it happen up close and personal. Once he turned into the Hulk, Lou Ferrigno would put off the already ripped up shirt and roar. That was a big deal to me. The Hulk would then proceed to smash the bad guy. And like I said, I felt like I was right there in the scene and just felt every angry moment, if you will. The cartoon was a little more violent when it came to the Hulk smashing things, believe it or not. And so I write on and I say, the Incredible Hulk's violent transformation reminds me of the excessive pride within my heart. Such rage would rise up in me when I felt wronged or offended. It was always something from the outside that made me angry, or so I thought. I now know it was something from the inside that caused this rage in me, and it was within my heart. I took time to pray and ask the Holy Spirit what it was and help me get rid of this rage. And I shared, that's a landmark in my book. And I'm trying to express that and explain that rage that would rise up in me. So much so I would want to go on a rampage like the Hulk. And so that's one of the landmarks I share in my book, of course. I'm not going to tell you everything, but I just want to give you an idea as to when I say landmarks in the book, I look back and I can attribute a movie or a time. And then the pivotal moment is when I learn the information from it. The book, like I said, I'm waiting on the copyright, and then I will definitely publish it. And that's one of the things I think with policing, we don't address the mental health aspect of policing. on a serious note, if you will, I've suggested in other videos in my plan, and I talk about having a mental health check at least once a year. If you're a police officer, go sit with somebody, just talk, and just, if you have to vent, vent. If there's more help needed, you get the help. Because a lot of times I remember they would say, go see the shrink or the psych. And it was always looked at or looked down upon or looked at as being weak. So we have to change that stigmatism, if you will. And so I just wanted to share that little bit with you. If you're new to the channel, I have a online store. The link is in the description. I created some word search puzzle books. Remember, I always talk about those word search puzzles, but these are them. The links for those are in the description. I created some notebooks. Here they are. These are low content notebooks, but I have one for fire, medical, everybody. What is this one? Oh, the back of the book has the cross and it says redeemed. Teachers, police, and the links for those are in the description. They'll take you right to the book. But yeah, I just wanted to share that little bit with you. And always remember, you don't necessarily have to go through a thing to learn from it. Subscribe, like, comment, if you will. I'll answer back. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.